Hi guys, first off, let me just make the major announcement that this channel is now at 200 subscribers. All I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you. Now that being said, as a special, I will be talking about rock and metal's weird approach to success in this video. Now just to be clear here, what I'm talking about here is this not only weird but unhealthy towards being successful, as if being successful in the alternative scene is a bad thing. Now, just to give you a bit of background for those who haven't, if you're watching this video or being on this channel for the first time, obviously this is a heavy metal channel and I've been a heavy metal fan for nearly 20 years now. And this attitude has reared its ugly head every now and then. And to some degree, I adopted this mindset back in my teenage years, but only for a short period, because I realized that it's kind of counterproductive to have this sort of mindset, not just in music, but in life in general. The whole idea of having to justify your success in the scene, in the rock and metal scene, is just obnoxious. If you become successful, or your band becomes successful, then that's something that should be celebrated, and more power to you. And to any musicians who happen to be watching my video, if you become successful, don't feel guilty. Be happy that you've achieved something. Just to be clear, making money in itself is not unethical. But if you're making money on legitimate grounds, then there's a conversation to be had. So becoming wealthy isn't bad in itself, despite the idea by some people saying that wealth is bad, money is bad. Money inherently is not bad, but it's because money can be used to better your life. And wealth can do so much more than just better your life. It can even better the lives of people around you. I think, and also getting rich or wealthy is not easy. That takes years of consistently working hard, trying out new things, dealing with setbacks along the way just to get to that one goal. Now, heavy metal generally has been around for 50 years now, but that being said, there's just a few things that we could just do without. And one of the things that we could do without is just this animosity to somebody being successful, or the idea of somebody being successful. It's just these invisible scripts that we just need to do away with going forward. And obviously there are bands out there that highlight some of the problems in the world, and one of those problems being that but one of the things that they tend to highlight in the lyrics is that being successful is bad, and something along those lines. But I don't want to take shot at those bands. But that being said, there's quite a few bands who are my favorite bands that do talk about such subjects, or even personal struggles and negative topics that many don't want to talk about. But that being said, even though I'm a fan of such bands, I also know that having a negative mindset in the long run doesn't do me or you any good. I'm not against that bands. Hi guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. I just wanted to take a break from it to say, if you want to see heavy metal videos from me every other day, then subscribe. And also know that I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. The links to them will be in the description down below. On Twitter, what I do is share links to songs that I listen to on a daily basis. And on Instagram, I basically post photos of me in the different band t-shirts that I have, doing very different things. But enough about that. Let's continue with the video. Can talk about whatever, can write lyrics about whatever, but it's down to you. But when it comes to like taking action, that's down to you. Alright, and just because you're going through a rough patch now, it doesn't mean that rough patch is going to last forever. How you get out of that rough patch is by creating a strategy that will help you get out of such situation, and also applying the right mindset. Like if you have an anti-success mindset, then it's pretty much game over for you. But if you change your mindset and just ditch this anti-success mindset, then you can start to begin your path to bettering yourself or getting out of a bad situation. So on a slightly personal note, said from the start of the video that I've been listening to metal for nearly 20 years, but my teenagers were far from great. In fact, my teenagers were probably the lowest point of my life, and kind of my origin story in terms of the person I am today. I was bullied because of my appearance, having dark skin, obviously being a metalhead. Heavy metal isn't really popular amongst teenagers, only just a handful, so obviously you're going to be singled out for that. And also having social anxiety. And then on top of that social anxiety, you can probably guess how I did in the dating scene. Not good. But putting all that aside, as I got into my adult years, I got the right support. I started to change how I thought about things and realised that just because you have a bad day doesn't mean you have a bad life. And that you're always free from gold. Not to make this sound like a self-help video, but you're always free from gold as long as you apply the right strategy and you have the right mindset. Like, if I was to be the innovator of something or be a pioneer or something, I would not feel guilty about it. I'll be over the moon that I created something out of thin air that many people happen to like. I'll take so much joy out of it. Like, why would I feel guilty about something that many people want to see or like? What I will say is never hold yourself back, because tomorrow is never guaranteed to anybody. You don't know how much of life you got left. So don't hold yourself back. Do whatever you can to overcome those mental barriers that you set up for yourself. Yeah. If you happen to have friends that have a negative mindset, negative beliefs, then you want to be successful, then it's probably time to change your friends. And yeah, in my early 20s, I was unemployed, and that was not fun. Even though it was a time when it was part of my development stage, that not having money it just sucked. And having a 9-to-5 job is far better than being unemployed. I can tell you that right now. And yeah, having a 9-to-5 job has its challenges, but like I said a few minutes ago, applying the right strategy and having the right mindset will help you get through the worst of that 9-to-5 job that you happen to have. Yeah, being unemployed is definitely stressful.